Devinder ji, if I may ask you, sir, for a lot of viewers, those who would not understand, why is this happening? A bumper crop is leading to the complete crash of the wholesale market price as far as onion is concerned. And that's just one example, sir. Is there anything that the government can do? Because the government usually would say, we are working towards a large long-term solution.
Well, I think let's be first very clear that it is not onion only which is facing a crash. We have seen potato, tomato, cabbage, cauliflower, eggplant, and then bhindi. All the prices of all these crops have been crashing in one part of the country or the other. And this is going through a kind of a terrible crisis, as you rightly mentioned earlier, for the farm livelihoods. And I think we need to understand, we need to appreciate as to what is happening to these farmers. How do they sustain their livelihoods? I think is something, as you rightly mentioned, is not at all is being concerned, or whether it is a policymakers or whether this country's economists. None of them is coming forward to say why is this happening and what needs to be done. It's a very sad situation. Having said that, your question as to what needs to be done, I think this is something which has been happening over the years. This is not a year which is something where we have seen the prices crashing for the first time. It has been happening over the years. Now the problem is that if you remember, we had a program initiated called TOP. Tomato, onion, and potato, for which rupees 500 crores were allocated at that time. We have forgotten about it. It was expanded into grains, which we included, adding on fruits and so on. Again, it was forgotten. And then, of course, we see in this budget also, we know 1,500 crores rupees earlier was allocated for market intervention, which was low, but at least it was still allocated. This year, it has come down to just 1 lakh rupees. I think the government has simply washed away its hands. And then what happens to these poor farmers? If the industry had suffered this kind of a loss, believe me, the nation would have been up in arms saying you need economic stimulus to be given to these industrial houses, and you need kind of given them a special package and so on and so forth. But nobody is talking about the poor farmer. So what needs to be done? I think the most important thing is we need to come up with minimum support price, make it a legal instrument. At least the farmer that you are talking about, onion in the Nashik region, if the cost of production is 12 rupees, let us give him at least 15 rupees. Whatever may happen, but let's assure that they get 15 rupees. They are just dumping their crop onto the streets or onto the nalas. I think that is not what is required. Why are we ashamed of bringing up a minimum support price for the farmers?
And
I don't understand why can't it be a legal entity?